I know that a lot of us remember 9/11. I remember it pretty well. I was a producer at a news station, and I had just come into work when the first plane had hit the tower. At first, we didn't know what to make of it, just like everybody else, but we sat in horror as we saw our lives change. Terrorism, one of the things that they strive in, is to promote fear. They want you to be afraid, and today, many of us still are. There are news agencies and people that are exploiting the fear. We hear stories of our rights being taken away. That's exactly what the terrorists want us to believe. They want us to have the fears to where we become divided and we start to fight with one another. That's the goal. The goal was not to actually just hit the towers. The goal was the long-term effect to have us turn against ourselves. And now in a moment where community is very important, where we need to be there for one another, we are battling because some are afraid that their rights, their freedoms will be taken away because of the voices of people that are exploiting those fears. It's up to us to be there for one another, to fight those fears, and to know that there is hope. Because whenever you see the action of somebody else helping another person, there is hope. And I do see that. Every time that I go to the store and I see a person wearing a mask, for instance, in a pandemic, I know that there's hope because I know that that person is helping their community. I know that person is thinking outside of themselves to help someone else. Every time I see somebody marching in protest over somebody being shot, I know that there is hope because people stand up for the hope of someone else. They stand up and think outside themselves, and they tell people that they matter. Whenever I see a pride parade, I know that there's hope because I know that people are standing up for others. I know that people are being advocates for people to be their honest self. We don't need to be afraid these days. What we need more of is hope. And where we find more hope is within our communities, within ourselves. I'm a Christian, and for me, that means that Jesus Christ tells me that there's hope. There's hope beyond this life, but there's hope in this life. Following Christ means loving God. It means loving myself, and it means loving my neighbor. Whenever there is love, there is hope. Love God, love yourself, love your neighbor.